The freedoms that South Africa have worked so hard for may not work anymore due to unethical behaviours. That's according to the COO of the Moral Regeneration Movement, addressing a group of interfaith religious leaders in Cape Town. I'm joined now by Mr. Seth Mazibuko to expand on the role of religious leaders in moral regeneration, focusing on the issues around crime, corruption, extortion. Of course, a very warm good day to you, Mr. Mazibuko. You've laid down a challenge to religious leaders here, but let's just start about the MRM. The movement itself, in a nutshell. You aimed at nation building, social cohesion, and of course when you look at South Africa at the moment, you say that, this is sorely lacking.
Definitely. A part of the Moral Regeneration's mandate is social cohesion. We argue that you cannot achieve social cohesion and nation building when you don't have moral renewal in this country. We owe our social cohesion, we owe our unity, we owe it moral renewal. And that is why the call of moral generation now, it is that now we really need to get into what Mandela called the RDP of the soul. We need to get deeper into that. Otherwise, all the efforts, the Zondo Commission, all the commissions won't do anything until such time that we have a concerted effort of trying to renew ourselves spiritually, physically, mentally, and otherwise. We stay in a country now that was supposed, one of the principles and of the values of moral regeneration, it is that now we have lost out on, we've undermined the law of the country. Actually, all the laws of the country we have undermined. Look at the buildings that are hijacked. Look at how we abuse our women. Look at how even those in leadership are in court, rather supposed to be in parliament, dealing with the issues of this country. Look at where are our speakers? Where are our ministers? And you can take on what in the Eastern Cape extortion and all those things. And let me note this, that some of these things that we are seeing today, Mandela warned of these in 1997.
So today, of course, is a meeting of religious leaders in the Western Cape. Yes. This will be followed by further meetings this week. Just expand a bit on that for us, and then also what happens after the series of meetings.
Today, we're meeting the religious people, the clergy, and of course the Muslims. It's interfaith. And thanks for the attendance of the leaders. And then actually, as we speak here, the chairperson of Moral Regeneration is addressing. Tomorrow, we have a sitting of civil society, and thanks to Salga, who's hosting it for us, there will be representative of different sectors of civil society. Then on Friday, we're meeting with mayors and speakers from different communities and municipalities. We have just signed with Salga. They'll be leading this process with us at local government. We have just come out, for instance, for local government. We've just come out with what we call a code of ethics for local government leaders. But that's a discussion that is. But where we are leading to in the Western Cape, after we've had these three sittings, then we are hoping to come up with a summit in the Eastern Cape. Western Cape. It's because I want to go to the Eastern Cape. That's another area. That is it. We are going to come up with a moral regeneration summit in the Western Cape. That then is going to look at issues of corruption, and that is also going to look at issues of crime, and come up with a time-framed, action-based program, and that will include every sector. And we are targeting this Western Cape, not because we think Western Cape is the worst, but we're thinking that now if it works in the Western Cape, it will work in the country.
Mr. Mazibuko, thank you so much for your time. Of course, there's Seth Mazibuko, the COO of the MRM, just giving us an overview of the visits to the Western Cape, the various meetings that will be held, and of course, which will culminate in a summit. All this aimed at moral regeneration, tackling the pervasive crime in South Africa. He's mentioned issues like extortion, he's mentioned issues like corruption, and of course, saying that all these various sectors in society, religious, government, civil society needs to hold hands, need to come up with a plan in order to ensure a better society, an improved society in this country.